All right, chapter 4, section 3, we're going to be dividing polynomials. So when you divide polynomial f of x by a non-zero polynomial divisor d of x, you get a quotient polynomial q, which is just like your answer, and then you have the remainder over the divisor. So we'll do some examples of this, and it makes a lot more sense than like this right here. So this kind of doesn't matter, but it's just like the math way of showing you what we do. The degree of the remainder is going to be 1 less than the degree of the divisor. So most of the time here, we'll have a number in our remainder. So it would be like 5 over x plus 2. So you'll never have like an x plus 1 over x plus 2 in your remainder. It'll always be like some number over a binomial. So this is just an example of the remainder. One way we can divide polynomials is by long division. So let's look at our first example. So we're dividing 2x to the 4th power plus 3x cubed plus 5x minus 1 by x squared plus 3x plus 2. So we put what we're dividing on the inside of our box. So 2x to the 4th power plus 3x cubed plus 5x minus 1. And then what we're dividing by on the outside. So we have x squared plus 3x plus 2. Inside our box, it's super important that we have every degree of our variable represented. So are we missing any degree here inside the box? We start with x to the 4th, then x cubed. Are we missing anything? X squared. So we have to put an x squared in there because we need every degree here. So we're going to add a 0x squared, so we have an x squared in our box. So it's really just a placeholder for us. Then we have our 5x minus 1. So we have to make sure we have every degree inside the box.
So, Ms. Carver, like, let's say if it went from well, you just have to count down.
Yeah.
Like 4, 3, 2. Okay.
So if like our question only had x to the 4th plus x, we would have to make sure we included 0x cubed plus 0x squared and then plus our x and x to the 4th.
Okay. Thank you.
So anything that's missing, we just have to put in a 0 with that degree. Now we divide. So we need to see what times our first term outside will give us our first term inside. So what times x squared gives us 2x to the 4th power? 2x squared. So important, we have to line up all of our same degrees. So we said 2x squared is what gives us 2x to the 4th power. So we're going to put 2x squared. We keep our x squareds on top of each other. Now we multiply what's on top with what's outside. So we're multiplying these two together. So 2x squared times x squared is what? What's 2x squared times x squared? 2x to the 4th. Now we have 2x squared times 3x. What's 2x squared times 3x? 6x to the 3rd. And then 2x squared times 2. Two x squared times 2. 4x squared. Next, we have to change all of our signs of what we just got. So we make this a negative, make this a negative, make this a negative, and then we combine with the row above.
Wait, Miss Carter.
Yes.
I'm confused. How are you getting the square numbers?
So I multiplied this number with all of these.
But where did you get that? Like, why isn't it 2x to the 4th power?
Because to find that 2x squared on top, we needed to see what can we multiply by x squared to give us 2x to the 4th. And that's how we got this one. So we have to change all of our signs. This way, our first term's going to cancel out. So this first term will always cancel out. And then we just add the next two rows together. So what's 3x cubed minus 6x cubed? Negative 3x cubed. And then what's 0x squared minus 4x squared? Negative 4x squared. And now we do the same thing over again. So what times x squared will give us 3x cubed? Negative 3x. So we're going to put our negative 3x up top. Now we multiply with what's on top with what's out front. So negative 3x times x squared is what? Negative 3x cubed. So we'll always get the same term repeating. Now negative 3x times positive 3x. Negative 9x squared. Negative 3x times 2. Negative 6x. So I'm just multiplying the top with what's out front. What do I do next? Change the signs. So this becomes a plus, this becomes a plus, this becomes a plus. So our first terms here are always going to cancel. And then we just add the rest of them. So what's 4x squared plus 9x squared? Negative 4x squared plus 9x squared. 5x squared. And then we bring down the 5x and we combine it with the 6x. So it's 5x plus 6x. 11x. Now we do it again. What times x squared gives us 5x squared? 5. So we have a plus 5. Now we multiply what's on top with what's out front. So it's 5 times x squared. 5x squared. What's 5 times 3x? 15x. And then what's 5 times 2? 10. Next we have to change the signs. This becomes negative, negative, and negative. Our first terms cancel. We add the next. So what's 11x minus 15x? Negative 4x. And then we bring down this negative 1. So what's negative 1 minus 10? Negative 11. Can we multiply anything by x squared to give us negative 4x? No. So once we get one term less than our divisor out front, that is our remainder. So we write our remainder as a fraction, so it's going to be negative 4x minus 11 over our divisor, which is x squared plus 3x plus 2. So we just write our remainder as a fraction and leave it like that. So this is our answer here. You can check the result of a division problem by multiplying the quotient by the divisor and adding the remainder. So if we went back to the first one, we got, this is our answer, so this was our result. We can multiply that times our divisor and then just add the remainder to it, and we would get our original problem. So you can always double check your work just by multiplying it back together. So we would multiply like what we put out front with what we put on top, add the remainder, and that's what's in the box. Okay, on the next example, what goes inside of our box? X cubed minus x squared minus 2x plus 8. Are we missing any terms here? Nope, so we're good. And then the x minus 1 goes out front. So we need to see what times x gives us x cubed. X squared, and we're going to put that x squared right on top of our x squared term. Now we multiply the top and the front. So what's x squared times x? X cubed. And x squared times negative 1? Negative x squared. What do we do next? Change the sign. So this becomes a negative, this becomes a positive. First terms cancel. What happened to our second terms? They cancel. So we're just left with 0x squared. What times x gives us 0x squared? Which is just 0. What times x gives us 0? 0. So I'm going to put a 0 here just as a placeholder, because we know our answer is not going to have an x term, so I'm just putting that to hold the place. And I can bring this negative 2x down here. So what times x gives us negative 2x? Negative 2. Now I multiply at the top and the front. So negative 2 times x, negative 2x, and negative 2 times negative 1? Positive 2. What do I need to do next? Change the signs. So this becomes a plus, this becomes a minus. Add the 2 together, so these cancel. What am I adding to negative 2? 8. So I just have to bring the 8 down, add these 2 together. So 8 minus 2 is 6. What do we do next? That's the remainder. So 6 is the remainder. So we would just write this as a fraction. 6 over x minus 1. No, the 0 does not go in your final answer. So our final answer would be x squared minus 2 plus 6 over x minus 1. If you don't want to write the 0 there when doing it, when solving it, doing all the math for this, you don't have to include that 0. I just like to do it just to hold our place. Because once you run out of numbers here, you know whatever comes next is going to be your remainder. So we can see that we have all of our x squareds lined up. We have all of our x's lined up, and then all of our numbers lined up. Once we run out of terms, we're not going to add anything here behind it. So whatever's left is our remainder. Any questions on this one? So what goes inside the box here? Perfect. And we have to include a 0x cubed because we don't have an x cubed term. And then outside we have x squared minus x plus 1. So what times x squared gives us x to the 4th? Anybody except Casey? Help me out. X squared.
X squared.
So we're going to put our x squared over our x squared term. What do we do next? Multiply. So we multiply the top and the front. So we have x squared times x squared, which is x to the 4th. What's x squared times negative x? Negative x cubed. And what's x squared times 1? X squared. What do I do next? Change the signs. So we have negative, positive, and negative. We always flip the signs here because we have to in order to get these to cancel out. What is 0x cubed plus x cubed? Just x cubed. It's like 0 plus 1. It's just 1. And then we have 2x squared minus x squared. X squared. So plus x squared. Now we need to see what times x squared gives us x cubed. What can we multiply by x squared to get an x cubed? X. So we're going to put our plus x up top. What do we do next? Multiply. So we multiply the top and outside. So what is x times x squared? X cubed. What's x times negative x? Negative x squared. And what is x times 1? X. What do we have to do next? Change the signs. So negative, positive, and negative. First terms cancel. Next we have x squared plus x squared. What's that? 2x squared. And then negative x minus x. Negative x minus x. Negative 2x. What do we do next? What times x squared gives us 2x squared? What can we multiply by x squared to get 2x squared? Just 2. Because 2 times x squared gives us 2x squared. What's 2 times negative x? Negative 2x. And what's 2 times 1? 2. You guys are falling asleep on me. What do we do next? Change the signs. So negative, positive, and negative. Then we add them together. So these cancel. What is 2x plus 2x? Negative 2x plus 2x. 0. And then 5 minus 2, 3. What do we do from here? Perfect. Plus 3 over x squared minus x plus 1. So this is our answer here. So 3 is our remainder. And we just put that over our divisor. So we always put it over what's out front. So this goes on the bottom. Any questions here? Let's look at the next one. What goes inside of our box? Perfect. X cubed minus 3x squared minus 7x plus 6. And that means x minus 2 goes outside. All right, how do we start from here? What times x? Perfect. So this is x squared. Remember, our x squared lines up right on top of our x squared. What do we do next? Multiply x squared by x. So we get x cubed. X squared times negative 2 is negative 2x squared. Now what? Change the signs. So subtract, add, these cancel. What is negative 3x squared plus 2x squared? Negative x squared. So what times x gives us negative x squared? Negative x. Now what do we do? Multiply. Negative x times x is negative x squared. Negative x times negative 2 would be positive 2x. Now what? Change the signs. These cancel. We add these two together. What's negative 7x minus 2x? Negative 9x. What do we do next? What can we multiply times x to get negative 9x?
Negative 9.
Negative 9. Then we multiply the top with the front. Negative 9 times x is negative 9x. Negative 9 times 2 is positive 18. What do we do next? Flip the signs. So change the first one to addition, the second one to subtraction. 9x's cancel. Now we have 6 minus 18. Negative 12. What do we do with the negative 12? Awesome. We put it over x minus 2. So we can put minus 12 over x minus 2. And that's our answer. Okay. Last slide, yay. All right, what goes inside of our box? Perfect, 2x cubed plus 0x squared, because we're missing that x squared term here. So we have to add in that 0x squared, minus x minus 7. So then outside we have x plus 3. What do we do first? So what can we multiply by x to get 2x cubed? 2x squared. So we're going to put that over our x squared term. Now we multiply the top with the front. 2x squared times x is 2x cubed. 2x squared times 3, 6x squared. Change the signs. Cancel. What is 0x squared minus 6x squared? Negative 6x squared. Now what times x gives us negative 6x squared? Negative 6x. So negative 6x times x, negative 6x squared. What's negative 6x times 3? Negative 18x. What do we do from here? Change the signs. Then add. These cancel. What are we adding to this 18x? Negative x. So what's negative x plus 18x? 17x. What do we do next? What multiplies by x to give us 17x? 17. We multiply the 17 with what's out front. So we have 17x. And then 17 times 3. What's 17 times 3? 51. What do we do next? Change signs. So subtraction, subtraction, these cancel. Now we combine negative 7 minus 51. What do we get? Negative 58. Perfect. This is our remainder. So negative 58 over x plus 3. So this entire first part of 4.3 is just long division. In the second part, we're going to be dividing polynomials too, but with a different method. So today we're just doing long division. So your homework, I think I only gave you one homework assignment, but it's for part 1 and part 2. So I would definitely do the part 1s tonight. That way it's not like a whole bunch of problems to do over the weekend. So I would definitely try to get most of part 1 down. And you guys have 13 minutes to get it started. So go ahead and start working on the homework.